Hello and welcome to this instructional video on how to log into and use Gcse Pod. To open Gcse Pod, you go to gcsepod.com and click Login. Now, if you've never logged in before, you'll need to create your account. To do this, go to New to Gcse Pod and click Get Started. You are a student, and all you need to do is enter your first name, your last name, your date of birth, and your school. If you've entered this information correctly, Gcse Pod will take you through to a new page where you can create your username and your password. Now, you are allowed to create any username that you want, but we strongly recommend that you use your school username. This is the one you use to log into your emails and to the school computers to make it easier to remember in future. Also, make sure that you've set a password that you can remember. If you know your username and password, you can use this login section to log in. If you have forgotten your password, then it can be reset by somebody at school, so please see your form tutor for this in the first instance. When you first log in, you will see this home screen. You can use this screen to browse for pods, view assignments set by your teachers, and view playlists. Now, the first time you log in, you are shown all of the subjects that are offered by Gcse Pod, and you can narrow this down to just the subjects that you study. You can do this by going to Manage My Subjects. Oh, I just need to log in again. So I go to Manage My Subjects, and all of the subjects here are shown. Okay, all you need to do is uncheck the boxes of the subjects that you do not sit. Okay. Now, for everybody at CDS, except for a very small group of Year 11s, you study combined science. So make sure you've unchecked biology, chemistry, and physics. Leave maths and English. And then obviously, if you say you sit history, you can uncheck geography. And then all of the option subjects are shown further down. So once you've narrowed down the selection that you want, you just click Save Selection, and then this little confirmation box will appear to show that you've done that. And then you can go back to the home screen, and only the subjects that you've selected will be shown. So you can use this Browse Pods area to search for Gcse Pods if you're using this independently. So let's revise some science. We come to Combined Science. And then you are shown all of the subjects or the units within this subject that you can revise. Okay, so you should know what you are working on at school at the moment because they are outlined on the pink sheets that we stick in at the beginning of every term. So let's say we're in Year 9, Term 1, we'll be studying cell biology. Okay, so if you want to revise some cell structure, you can just navigate through the pods and find the ones that you want. They're all between 3 and 5 minutes long, so they will not take up very much time. Now, back to the home screen. If your teacher sets assignments, it will be shown in this section here. When your teacher sets an assignment, the assignments will be linked to a group of Gcse pods. Now, the questions that you get wrong in the assignments will have playlists created here, the boost playlist, and this is specific for you to show you the pods for the information that you got wrong in those questions. So it's almost like a gap analysis that you can use to fill in the blanks afterwards. To view your homework, obviously you will go to Show My Homework, and if your teacher has set you a Gcse Pod based homework, it will be found here in the web links section. So they will send you just the link that you need. So if they want you to revise a particular pod, they will send you a link straight to this pod. Now, sitting and watching may help you in the short term, but there are things that you can do to more actively engage with Gcse Pod that will help your attention in the long term. So let's have a look at some of those now. So the first thing we can do, we could use Gcse Pod with note taking. So watch a short pod all the way through and then watch it again without pausing to write some notes. This will help you to pick out the key information that you need to remember. Or you can use it to create a mind map or other sort of visual representation of the information. Each time a new piece of information is given to you, you can either add it as a smaller branch off the main idea. Now, images and colours really help when idea mapping, so don't be afraid to be creative. Similarly, with flashcards, you can watch the Gcse Pod and write the key information, maybe keywords, dates, other things that you need to remember, and then a bit of an explanation on the other side. Now, you can come back to these and revise them at any point now, once you've created your flashcards. We call this spaced practice. And see if you can remember everything on the other side of the card without looking. This is a really simple task that you can do throughout your time at school that will really, really help you when it comes to year 11. Similarly to a mind map, you could use it to create a summary poster where you can draw a summary poster of everything that you've learned, put it in a really visible spot and see if you can remember what all of those different diagrams mean over time. You could use Gcse Pod when doing past paper questions or exam questions, which will help you to perfect your exam technique and really make sure that you are wording things correctly and identifying any gaps in our knowledge, because we don't know what we don't know. We could use it to create mnemonics. So this is the visible light spectrum, where we can remember the colours. With Richard of York gave battle in vain. Now, for people that I teach, you will know I use this mnemonic all the time to help me remember the colours of the visible light spectrum. So it's really, really good to do that. Or we can do it, we can use Gcse Pod to create a timeline. So chronology is very important in subjects like history and English language, literature, sorry. So we can use these timelines to make sense of series of events or stories. And that's it from me. So do let your teachers or myself know if you have any questions, but enjoy using Gcse Pod.